Hey, it's H here. Today we are taking a look at technical analysis for SHIBA. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios a price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting on this 4-hour time frame, or we could even start with the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the higher time frame structures first. So this is first scenario in which again this is from I think CoinGecko. This previous structure that is not visible here on the Binance chart, so it is roughly labeled like such. And then we have the next bit where we have this next structure as an intermediate wave 1. So primary 1, 2, intermediate wave 1, 2. Now what I don't like about this is the structure, how long it took to create this wave 2 of primary, and now comparing that time it takes to create a lower degree wave here. So it is taking like twice as long. So that is one issue with this one. However, do we have any other possibilities to count this differently? Not really. I don't see that. So for now, this is the only one that I'm going to be tracking on higher time frame. So let's jump into the lower time frames. Again, keeping in mind that we have the correction or the impulse wave structure ending up here. From there, we could have this as a WXY into W. Again, that is not possible in the original Elliott Wave book, having a complex correction within a complex correction first wave or the last leg. So I have a scenario in which this is labeled a bit differently that is viable in that sense. Now, as we have created this W, which is again in time really small, but I can't get any other extension targets met in log nor in arithmetic scale that would be proper to pivot, for example here. We do not get to the 0.618, which is again the minimum target here. Within this wave Y though, I've labeled this as a possible A, B and C. Whether this wave Y here is done or not, or wave C sorry here, is done or not, we'll see. The other possibility is this one, in which we would have this first leg as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into third, fourth and fifth. On logarithmic scale this looks a bit better, but again it is not really good. Trying to get these structures lining up, and feels like it has to be forced in order to get an ABC count here, as this would not work for the WXY, right? So yeah, up to you which one you want to be believing in. On this one, however, as it is an ABC count, we would be looking for 5 waves in here. If we are labeling this as a 1, 2, then this structure here would be either a 3 ending around these lows at 12th of May or around these lows at 15th of June. Now, it is possible to say that we have a 1, 2, 3 currently making 4th and then one more low coming down. If I had to be looking into this structure overall, I would almost like to say that that would be the case, as we did not really break the start of wave 1 here to the downside to create any kind of real complex structure. In here, of course, this looks more like a complex structure overall, but this here looks like a flat of some sorts, at least on higher time frame. Now, so 2 possibilities again. If we want to have the WXY count, we could be ending the wave count here with this possibility, saying that we could have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But issue with this leg here is that it is really complex and it is looking more like a combination of something, as there is so much overlap. As you see, all of this price action is really choppy, and it is coming all the way back to the previous structures. So in that sense, this does not look like it is indeed a 5-way move. Now, is it possible to force some kind of diagonal in here? For sure, of course. But I guess at that sense, we do not have any right look on this one. So at this point, we would have this as a 1. No, sorry, I think I had it like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this would be a 5, right? So at least it would be possible or viable, but does not have the right look, so I'm not really going to be focusing on that. Instead, it is possible, as mentioned, of having this as a B, and now we would be creating a C, some kind of expanded flat, or, well, depending on how high the C wave goes to, running flat. And then we would be looking for a pivot downwards, and at that point I would be preferring this, I guess, this third wave up here as the pivot point, then 4 and 5, as that is what the overall wave structure would suggest. So a couple of different possibilities. Now let's look into this smaller time frame, see what we can find. Again, this is the lows that we had for this possible B wave of that expanded flat or a running flat. In this one, I see that we could have this as a 3 or 5-way structure into wave 1, then a possible wave 2. Now, at this point, I would like to say that this I would prefer this count. This would allow us to get this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, completing a 3rd of micro here. So at this point, again, we would be looking into this extension and getting it right into the 2.618 extension of this first leg. So that would fit really well. On arithmetic scale, we do get even further, 3.236. Again, definitely viable, but a very large structure. Now, after that point, we could, I think this looks more like a 3-way structure here than a 5-way structure, but again, both can be said. This could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but again, the wave 1 would be very large compared to the rest of the structure, so it is not that likely to me. However, if we are placing the wave 3 micro up here at around the 5 zeros and, or is that 4 zeros? I can't tell. That is 4 zeros and 1 1 or 1 2. These are so hard to call out. The highs of 21st of June, I guess I have to say. Then we would be looking for 5 waves to go up higher. Again, if we are placing this wave 4 at the lows of 22nd of June, then we could be looking this next structure as a 5-way structure, I guess. It is not clear either, just because we do have this very overlapping structures here in the next part. So it is not clear for sure. We could be developing this into some kind of diagonal of some sorts, but definitely not clear either. Maybe we have a 1 2 1 2 1 2, and now we would be starting to complete those structures higher. Wave 4 definitely was very large or very retraced of the third move. It got so long, also retraced, let's see, the golden pocket, that it would suggest that it is indeed something else than a wave 4. So that has to be kept in mind. As mentioned before, if this is indeed a bottom of something, saying that we had that very ugly diagonal here at the end, then we could be looking this as a start of something, and it is definitely possible to still label it as such, as a 1 2 3 4 5, as we did for the wave C. But again, we could be even more bullish with this. We could even say that we had this as a 1 2 3 4 5, and this indeed would bring this fifth wave already done here, and now we would be looking this as a way to as it did get to that 61% retracement. But again, that 61% retracement was from this lows here of 20th June. Let's see what they got to. Yeah, if we are starting from the lowest low here, we have bringing up to the highest high is right between the 0.5 and 0.618. So it does not really hit the perfect area, but we'll see what happens. At the moment though, this does not really look too impulsive structure. But I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to share on SHIB at the very moment. If you have other accounts you would like to share, there's a link to my Discord server in the description below. Also, if you would like me to update a certain asset, let me know in the comments. For now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.